Good morning to all the students who are waiting for CSET results. In the sense, company secretary executive entrance exam you must have written and you're waiting for results. Let us be very informal. This video is to tell you about the course, that is the next level course in company secretary, that is company secretary course executive. CS executive we in short form call it as. This is Babu Rayipudi, Director of BRICS Academy. Very good morning to all of you. All those people who have written Company Secretary Executive Entrance Test, that is CSET, waiting for the results. I wish you all the best for your results. And at the same time, the other students who have finished their graduation recently and opting to go for a direct entry of CS Executive, that is the student who has finished his or her graduation, is eligible to start from second level of CS Executive course, that is CS Executive course. As you all know, there are three levels of CS Executive course, Company Secretary course. There are three levels of Company Secretary course. One is CSET. Earlier it was called as a foundation course. Now we have a CSET entrance exam. Then we have CS Executive. Then we have got CS Professional. You might not be aware of the latest changes that have taken place. The number of papers in second level, third level have been decreased. Especially when it comes to the subject, there are few changes. You must know about it. And in this 10 minutes video, I want to tell you very clearly what exactly is the CS Executive course and what is all about the new syllabus that is coming up from February 2023. So those students who have written CSET in the month of November, that is this month, waiting for the results, and those students who have finished graduation, I always advise you to go for a new syllabus, because in the new syllabus, there is one subject less, and the syllabus is comparatively always what happens when there's a change in the syllabus. You will definitely find better prospects, better things in the new syllabus, no doubt. Maybe students who have got used to the existing syllabus might not feel comfortable, or the teachers who have got used to the existing syllabus might not be comfortable when the new syllabus comes. But as a matter of fact, in my opinion, when the new syllabus is introduced, it is always a better syllabus, no doubt about it. Let it be company secretary course or any other professional course. All right, boys and girls, once you finish your CSET entrance exam in company secretary course, you have the second level called CS Executive course. There's a new scheme which is applicable from February 2023. That means your first exam is going to be in the month of December 2023. Those of you who want to opt for both the groups, you can actually go for it. All right, let's look at the details here. What are the subjects in CSET? Subjects in CSET course, CS Executive course. Earlier, there were 8 papers you don't have to worry about, because since you're going into the new course, you don't have to worry about what was the case before, because there's no need, right? Because you are appearing for the first time. What is the use of knowing past syllabus, subjects, etc.? There is no use, right? So we have in group 1, 4 subjects in the new syllabus. And in group 2, we have got 3 subjects. Group 1, paper 1, you have jurisprudence and interpretation, 100 marks. So that subject is divided into jurisprudence, study of law, plus general laws we have. There's a little change compared to old syllabus. Then the second paper we have company law and practice. In that company law portion, the technical company law portion will be for about 60 marks. And company administration, such as meetings, board meetings, general meetings, you have for about 40 marks. Paper 1 is 100% descriptive, but 20% of the paper is case-based MCQ subjects. That means the model paper is going to be 20% case-based multiple choice questions and 80% is descriptive. Paper 2 also the same thing. Paper 3, we have got setting of a business. This paper usually deals with how to set various business entities, like how to start company, how to get license, how to get registration, so on and so forth. It has previously only setting of business is there. Now you have labor laws, industrial laws as well. So industrial and labor laws, we have got about 40 marks. And exclusive setting of business, we have got for about 60 marks. This paper also, 20% case-based practice questions and 80% is theory. I mean, 20% is MCQ questions you will have case-based, and that 80% you will have descriptive. Then paper 4, you have company accounts. In other words, we call it as corporate accounting, and we have financial management. Financial management is for 40 marks and company accounts is for 60 marks. This paper, you will not have MCQ 20% questions. Paper 4 is 100% descriptive. But paper 1, paper 2, paper 3, listen to me carefully. Paper 1, paper 2, paper 3, what I said, 20% of the question paper will be MCQ based, that to case based. That means they'll give you scenario. Based on that scenario, they would be asking questions. But rest 80%, you might be thinking, oh, direct questions like what is this, when is this, that kind of questions you might expect. That is not the case. That is not the case. That is not the case at all. That 80% also, among the 80%, 90% of question papers, mostly in laws, you will have case-based practical questions. It is descriptive. I'm not saying it is not descriptive, but at the same time, the descriptive, you will have practice questions. So end of the day, trust me, if you want to clear this exam, what you're supposed to have is, you don't need to memorize anything. You just have to understand the concept and remember and answer the questions which are practical oriented. Okay, that paper 4 company accounts, like foundation level accounts. Previously, we used to have accounts paper that is removed now in foundation level. So basics of accounts, easy only, but this is very important for you to understand company basic accounting plus financial management when it comes to stock exchange, etc. Then group 2, that is module 2. If you see module 2 here, over here, module 2, you have 3 papers. Paper 5, capital markets and security laws. In that, capital markets is for 40 marks and security laws is for 60 marks. Security laws mostly related to SEBI, etc. Capital markets, basic capital market structure. One of the very interesting paper, most relevant, most important, especially when you start practice or when you appear for job interviews in future. Definitely companies would like to test your knowledge in company law as well as capital markets, and that will help you if in case in future if you want to invest in stock market, etc. The next paper, if you could see, paper 6, that is economic, commercial and intellectual property. Earlier we have only economic and commercial laws. Now we have economic, commercial and intellectual property laws. Economic, commercial laws, we have about 60 marks and intellectual property rights 40 marks. So paper 5, again 20% case based MCQs and 80% descriptive. Paper 6 also 20% case based MCQs and 80% is descriptive. Even in that 80%, trust me, it looks like a theory, but you will have all the scenario based questions. So you don't have to memorize anything. You don't have to mug up anything. You just have to understand the concept. At the most, when it comes to certain laws, you also have to work on sections, especially company law, you must work on sections. Then that will help you definitely to get a good score. Looking at the volume of the syllabus and the number of topics, don't judge that this is going to be difficult. Every professional course, difficult content is there. I'm not saying they are easy. I'm only saying they have a bulky syllabus, vast syllabus. They want student to have a concept knowledge and get ready for the exam. Usually what you do when you are in 11th and 12th class, or when you are in BCom, like any graduation level, you always go by the syllabus, you see some questions and start preparing. That may not work when it comes to this one. So make sure you focus on the concept. And luckily, earlier there were 8 subjects. Module 1, 4 subjects were there. Module 2, 4 subjects were there earlier. Right now, you have only 7 subjects. Module 2, you have only 3 subjects, right? Then we have tax laws and practice. Earlier, tax laws were there in group 1. Now, tax laws is there in group 2. Direct tax like income tax related, etc., you have 60 marks. And indirect tax logs, that is not printed properly, that is 40 marks. So 60 plus 40. Here also 20% of the questions are going to be MCQ based, and rest 80% of the questions are going to be theory subject, but there also you will find practical scenarios. Okay, so overall, if you pass CC, you're eligible for CS executive exam. That is the second level. Namesake, it is second level, but the real stage in company secretary starts from CS executive. Whatever fundamentals that you studied in CC will be repeating, especially when it comes to law that you have studied, will be repeating in CS executive level. Okay, so this is the new scheme of examination, which is going to be starting from commencing from February 1st, 2023, and your first exam on this particular syllabus you're going to write in the month of December 2023. All right, guys. Okay, now when it comes to the next important thing, we have exam mode. I said paper 4 is completely descriptive, that is corporate accounting and financial management. Rest of the papers, 20% is on. So I already gave you 3 hours exam, 100 marks. Here also the same rule like old. In every subject, you have to get 40 marks if you want to pass it. At the same time, out of 700 marks in both the modules, you will have to score 350 marks to clear the level. Suppose you have attempted only group 1. If you have attempted only group 1, 4 subjects, 400 marks, 50% should be the aggregate, that is 200 marks. And at the same time, every subject you have to score at least 40%. That means if you have not scored 40% in one subject, you are failed in that subject. You have to write all the subjects. Of course, there are some exemption rules. In one subject, you got 60 marks, you don't have to write that subject again. That is the next level discussion. So here, every subject I have to get 40 marks minimum. At the same time, overall aggregate, group wise, out of 400 in group 1, you have to score 200. Out of 300 in group 2, you have to score 150. So overall, if you have written both the groups, I always advise students to take up both the groups because there are so many advantages. If you write both the groups, what happens? 350 marks out of 700 you should get if you want to qualify this exam. Next, if you want to write executive other than CSET, if you want to write executive exam and professional exam, before you write this exam, you have to undergo a test called pre-examination eligibility test. That will guide you that once the syllabus is finished, there will be a time, usually 2-3 months before, this pre-examination eligibility test will be there. You have to pass it. All right. Next one, effective date of executive program. That the new syllabus, all of you who are clearing, I sincerely advise go for new syllabus. The reason being, you have anyway written CSET exam, and instead of writing in old syllabus group 1, it's better because 24th onwards old syllabus will not be there. So therefore, it is better to go for new syllabus. So February 1st onwards, registrations for this particular syllabus will commence. Your first exam is going to be December 2023. So here, last date for old syllabus will be 2024. So if you go for old syllabus, you don't go for old syllabus, I'll tell you the reason why, because old syllabus executive, there are 8 subjects, right? Next one, career option. So having said that, having given you the details about executive course, I don't want to talk about professional course. When you come to professional, separate video I will record and give you the details about professional. There is every possibility again the next 2 years, by the time you come to professional course, there could be any changes. Obviously, when you have joined company secretary course, some students would be telling you should have gone for CA is good course, you should have gone for this course, MBA, finance, this, that. People will tell you so many things. Every course, remember one thing, don't listen to the people when it comes to professional courses. It is the flavor that you have should decide which course you want to go for. I always advise students, if you are interested in legal affairs, law, corporate legal affairs, and lot of law you are interested in, you can't handle more practical subjects, best option is company secretary course. Each course has its own recognition, each course has its own speciality, each course has its own significance in the market. You already have decided to do company secretary course, which means you know very well what company secretary does. If you do not know, I'm going to tell you now. Don't worry. He's an in-house legal expert. He will ensure company will comply with all the applicable laws. He's an expert in company law, security laws, etc. He's a chief advisor to board of directors. That means company secretary is going to be the spokesperson of the board of directors. He's an advisor, guide, etc. He's responsible for regulatory compliances. If in case you're a listed company, you have to follow SEBI regulations. If you're an insurance company, you have to follow Insurance Regulatory Development Authority regulations, so on and so forth. And you're a corporate planner and strategic manager for a company. Your roles are multifarious. Gone are those days. Gone are those days where non-professionals used to be recruited. Today, companies are expecting professionals, that too with a specialized knowledge. So definitely, as far as legal affairs of the company is concerned, the demand for legal affairs will increase in the company. As company grows in leaps and bounds, definitely the activities when it comes to laws will be increasing, and that is the time where company needs legal expert. So being an LLB, you will be a general law expert, but you will be, if you are a company secretary, you're basically a corporate law expert. So nowadays you have to understand one thing: number of companies are increasing. When number of companies are increasing, number of activities when it comes to legal compliances are also increased. Do you agree that government of India last many few years has been introducing lot of legal compliances to be followed by companies? So as and when company legal compliance increases, definitely the demand for company secretary would increase, no doubt about it. All right. Next one, roles of company secretaries. In just, if you want to know exactly what this particular professional called company secretary is going to do, is going to be advisor, is going to be a registrar of company on behalf of company, is going to be legal advisor, is going to be helping corporate policy maker, in the sense as a company, there are certain compliances you have to abide by. There are some rules and regulations that you have to follow. If in case you need to follow such rules and regulations, you need an expert. So one person, the normal people who do not have corporate legal affairs knowledge, may not be able to handle. And regarding administration of the company is not an easy task. You might think, okay, I know this, I will administer. No, it's not about running the company. It's about running the company according to laws. If you're not able to run the company according to law, rules, regulations that are in place, then your company will be treated as non-compliant company. When you're a non-compliant company, definitely you will end up paying a lot of penalties. You will drag the attention of the government. When you drag the attention of government officer would like to have a coffee session with you one fine day. Let it be tax officials, let it be a registrar of companies, let it be central government, let it be any government regulatory body. So you have to ensure company shall consistently follow the rules and regulations. Now, most important question these days, most of the students, especially the students who are past executive also, they keep asking me, sir, I want to go abroad. Do you really think there is any chance? I want to tell you one thing. There is a concept called Commonwealth countries. There are about 40 plus countries who are called Commonwealth countries. Once upon a time, these were ruled by Britishers, and all these Commonwealth countries, they have a democratic system. The laws in these 40 plus countries are almost same. 90% of the laws are almost same. Maybe the way they implement will be different, the way they regulate laws will be different, the way they pass rules will be different, but core concept of law of companies, labor laws, almost the same in these Commonwealth countries. Best example, UK, Singapore, Australia, New Zealand, South Africa, some of the European countries, Canada, etc., etc. So Company Secretary, ICSI, Institute of Company Secretaries of India, has signed some MOU with international bodies such as UK, Malaysia, Singapore, Hong Kong, and few others. Like the second paragraph, you see Canada, Singapore, Thailand, Australia, New Zealand. These are the most. But when it comes to USA, you may get an exemption. But Indian Institute of Company Secretary of India has signed an MOU with some of these countries. It is in the beginning stage now. Don't worry. Over a period of time, every country is going global. India is not an exception. India has been doing pretty well last few years, having lot of tie-ups with most of the international professional accounting bodies and professional legal bodies. And migration has picked up a lot from India. So when this is there, definitely every student has first question, sir, will there be any opportunity? Yes, you have an opportunities. But only thing is, maybe you will not be able to practice as it is like you usually practice in India, but there will be an option where you have to become a member there. To become a member there for their company secretary course, there might be an exam. In that exam, if there are 20 papers, majority of the papers in these countries where ICSI has signed an MOU will be exempted. Like in UK, we have got ICSA. Only 3 papers you have to write. That's it. That anyway, this abroad related information I'll give you later. Okay. So, but as of now, you understand, yes, you can go to these developed countries and work as a company secretary, provided you are ready to, write the unexempted papers there. Suppose if there are 20 papers or 10 papers, if 15 papers are exempted, if there are 3 or 5 papers are there, you have to write and go. But most of these countries, what they expect is, if you are an Indian company secretary, if you wish to go to these countries, they are definitely expecting at least 1 or 2 years experience. Minimum 2 years experience in the field of company secretary you have in India. Being a qualified company secretary in India, definitely there's going to be a lot of avenues when it comes to working abroad. That is the culture of Western countries, boss. So you don't have to worry. Supposing you don't want to go, India is an ever growing country, man. Whether you agree or disagree, India is fastest growing country, nation. So industrialization is increasing, legal compliance is increasing, laws are increasing. Definitely there's a heavy demand. This is only I'm telling you when you don't want to stay. See here, ICSI, Institute of Chartered Secretary of Administration, Institute of Chartered Secretaries and ICSA of UK. There was a memorandum signed in 1998 only, see there. And effective from 2000, yes, they promote practice. And here I have given some points here. Basically, just go through Chartered Governance Institute. This is also called Chartered Governance Institute. Special arrangement with the Institute of Companies where members of ICSI can study that with an exemption. Some modules of Company Secretary course of UK are exempted. But what they say currently, last paragraph you see, if you are a current associate or fellow associate of company secretary with a minimum 2 years relevant experience, you may be exempted from 4 modules there. Last paragraph, second line, you see carefully. That means you would only be required to complete 3 remaining non-exempted modules. 4 modules. So I'm telling you, if you could become company secretary in India, passing those 3 modules are pretty easy. You need to know this because I'm only saying there are different avenues, right? You must know, because otherwise some people after joining again, you will have a confusion. Most of my friends have gone to this course, that course. I ended up doing this. Will there be any chance? I want to go abroad, this, that. London is an international financial center here. Singapore is also, Australia is also beautiful countries. No doubt you will have a career there. So in just, I want to sum up saying that, boss, one, if you become company secretary, try to work in a company. MNC companies are the Deloitte is there, PwC, like E&Y, KPMG. There are many MNC companies, like Big Four, plus other MNC companies. Otherwise, you practice in India, man. If you want to start to practice self-employment, you can do. Or if you want to go abroad, check the country where it is allowed, write those papers. But my sincere advice, if you have decided to go abroad after completion of company secretary course, don't immediately fly off. Have at least minimum 2 to 3 years, 2 years experience you have, and then try to find out the details of that country course, write and go. Most of the company secretaries who have become company secretaries, if you are not interested in going for employment, if you are not interested in starting a practice, you can be a masterclass entrepreneur in any business. Because when you know how companies will run, when you know how company structure goes on, you can definitely, only thing you have to mobilize capital and you will be a successful entrepreneur without any problem. That is one more option. So you need qualification always, not to do a job. You need qualifications sometimes to live on your own terms. That is also there. Overall, I want to show you the top highest paid, because you are so curious to know, sir, I want to know what is the salary. Starting salary will be 40,000 depending on the candidate, and it can go up to, like last year, even 9 lakhs was offered, even 13 lakhs was offered. There was a highest salary, even 18 lakhs also, no doubt about it. But to give you some motivation and inspiration, I want to tell you, as for the 2021 calculations I'm giving, as for the latest, there might be a change. Okay, so Dev Bajpai, HUL company secretary, Jay Morgan, Asian Paints company secretary, Ranganath Atreya, these people, these are the salaries. Just see the table. So when you are a successful company secretary, if you are in a good companies, good public companies, definitely your salary is going to be in good. I mean, it's going to be lucrative, no doubt about it. All right. So you don't have to worry about the salary. Only thing is, don't go by the words of some people who started with low salary. If 10 years before some random company secretary started his career with a less salary, does not mean you would start with the same salary. There is a lot of change. These days, the change is happening every year. Just because last year, so and so 9 lakhs was the highest pay package, it does not mean companies are going to pay the same thing. There's a lot of change. Don't worry about you always have to think about one thing when you choose a career. Am I really interested? Am I interested in legal compliance of the company? Understood? That is what. So when you are passionate and when you love that profession, definitely you will have a better options. When you always think about money, you will not do justice to that profession, then you will end up drawing less salary because you are not passionate about it. That is what I always advise students when they come to my academy. I always tell them, boss, are you really interested in law? Are you interested in company legal affairs? This is what has to drive you. If this is not driving you, then it is not possible. Who's the youngest CS? I want to give you some more because you want to be inspired by some information. You see, Avani Mishra, Bhopal, stopped CS 2015 CS professional exam, youngest 19 years. Guys, there are people. And Aditya Jawar from Surat, 21 years, qualified, chartered accountancy, companies, triple qualified. See there are people, there are young people who have set bigger goals and they're achieving things at a very young age. I'm not saying you have to achieve all great things like 3 qualifications. You are interested in law. You have decided this profession. Destiny has already brought you. Until now, you will definitely become company secretary if you stick on without listening to the people who are talking negative about this course. First of all, am I interested in this? You cannot say my parent has forced me to do it. My friend has joined, therefore I joined. So somebody told me, some random academy director told me that it is very good. No. Please don't go by my job is to tell you, beta, this is the course. My job is to tell you these are the opportunities waiting for you. Your job is to decide, am I really interested? Am I inclined to learn law? If I'm not inclined to learn law, then it is indispensable for you to understand, am I really interested? Right now in India, 65,835 company secretaries. As far as the last month updation from ICSI is concerned, 50,000 company secretaries are in demand right now. So number of students, most of the students who are doing graduation, BCom, BBA, etc., they can come for this. But of course, end of the day, they should be knowing about this. My sincere advice, along with plain graduation, if you have a professional qualification, in whichever course you are interested in, like if you're interested in company legal affairs, definitely this is the right course. Then you will definitely have a better career. Otherwise, what happens, for you to reach 10 lakhs, 15 lakhs salary in the near future, having only graduation would take a lot of time. If not now, when should I work hard? That is what. So at the age of 20 years, 25 years, some of you are not even 20. Let's say if you're at 18 years to 23 years, if you work hard and have a professional degree, you carry that qualification, you go anywhere, you're going to be paid well. You will not only be paid well, you will hold positions in the market. You will not only hold positions in the market or in the companies, you will have an independent career option. You will dictate your own rules. You want that, then make sure you always follow this. Follow this in the sense, either this course or any other course, that's up to you. Then the next important curiosity you will have, what is the results percentage? When it comes to result percentage, please see here, module 1, 2021 exam, December attempt 9.64, because module 2021 lockdown was still going on. So some of the students were not able to have a better coaching. So online coaching was going on. They might not be well versed, or they might not be confident because of several issues. Then August 2021, yes, there was a very good results. Then module 2, yes, 23% is there. So on an average, 15 to 20% result is there. Earlier, the result was not good. Result was up to 10%. Nowadays, results has crossed 15% already. So don't listen to the people. They say only few people will fail. If somebody is telling you you fail, which clearly means his perspective is that he fails or he could not do it, does not mean it applies to you. When Mr. X fails in the exam, does it mean Y fails in the exam? Guys, I'm telling you, even like NDTV Profit, that person, Pranay Roy, he was a chartered accountant. But is he practicing CA? No, no. He started TV channel and he has been very highly successful. That TV channel recently it's going to be taken over by Adani Group. I think they have made a proposal. You have qualification not because you want to draw salary. You don't know that qualification will give you such an amount of knowledge. With that knowledge, you can do so many things. You always think, oh, I have to get this degree, so I have to go to company. That is not the life ambition should be, man. You must be happy in life. For that, you must be financially good. To have this, you need a knowledge. Acquire a knowledge through a better degree. That is what you have to think always. When you start listening to the people and that particular person starts saying it is difficult, result is very bad. Yes, result is not good. So if result is really 90%, 80% like BCom, trust me, do you think that qualification will have value? Every street there are degree holders. Everybody, graduation has become like a basic qualification for everybody here. If results are not good, you need to understand, yes, you're going to have a better position, significant status in the market because you're a rare person. You are going to be a rare person. When 100 people attempted, only 15 people have passed, then you are one among 15 people. Just imagine the status that you derive. This is what you have to think always, right? See, next 2 years, if you are focused and if you strictly follow the timetable that we provide and attend classes regularly, I'm going to make you company secretary. But in between, you listen to people because of certain things that you face, hassles, obstacles, some family issues, this, that, then you will decide. You will decide that, oh, I can't do it. Which human being doesn't have problems, man? Which human being doesn't have, did not face obstacles in life? Now the next question comes, some students, sir, I'm doing degree, so can I write both the modules? My sincere advice, write both the modules, please, because some companies are very particular. When you go for articles, when you go for placement, they are very particular. 7 papers are there and 7 papers at one time you don't want to, then do one thing, 6 more months you wait and write both the groups. For placement, it will help you. For articles, it will help you. For better salary, it will help you. For ranks, especially, it will help you. If you write only single group, all India ranks will not be given. As of now, 35 all India ranks they are giving. If you have written group 1, full marks you got. Again, group 2, full marks. But separately you have written. My sincere advice, first, when you start taking a coaching, join for both the modules and start taking a coaching. Let's see before exam whether I'm capable or not. Even if you write group 1 in so and so month, again, you have to wait for 6 months to write second module. No? Instead, if you want to do something, focus fully. If you want to do something, focus fully. Otherwise, don't do it only. And why should we do so? Don't underestimate yourself. You do not know what you can do until you start doing. This is the problem with your generation. You always come to a conclusion, Ayo, I can't do. Start doing na yaar. First you start doing, then you will come to know, right? How many hours should I study? I'm telling you, when it comes to company, any professional course, it is not the number of hours that determine. Trust me, this is my experience. This is my 27th year of teaching CA, CMA, CS, all the law papers I take for company secretary course. Trust me, every day you study. You just study every day. Whatever classes that you have attended, make sure you revise and weekly revision. You have a timetable in your daily life that, yes, 2 to 3 hours, let me study. If you study every day, that habit pakka will take you to success. If you don't study every day, you always, because usually what happens when you study graduation, when you study 11th and 12th class, you always start reading when the exams dates have announced, right? That habit you shed first. Then the next question, should I take a coaching? I'm telling you, if you take a coaching, definitely you will be able to minimize the time. You can definitely, if you are a good student, extraordinary student, outstanding student, without coaching also, there are many students who have become company secretaries and CAs also. But what happens if you take a coaching, you will get an idea. You can minimize the number. Suppose if you don't take a coaching, maybe you will end up reading 100 hours so and so subject or 50 hours so and so subject. But if you take a coaching, it can be minimized. That short gist you will be able to understand. It depends on the student, case to case basis. But only once you have taken an admission in CS executive, my sincere advice, always, every day, have one fixed timetable, depending on the convenience that you have, either in the evening or in the morning or during the daytime. You must study. That's it. Have this always. How to study? When you study for CS executive examination, I'm closing now, last 1 minute. Make sure you make notes. Writing practice is very important because you'll have case-based questions, so focus on the concept. And if coaching center is conducting mock exams weekly, we at BRICS Academy conducts weekly exams, so please write those weekly exams. And after completion of the syllabus, again we conduct 2 mock exams. Write those mock, because the more exams you write, more chances you'll have a grip over the subjects. And try to attend. I'm telling you, I have been in the field last almost 26 years. This is my 27th year as running. So I have an immense knowledge when it comes to teaching of these papers. Likewise, there are in the industry many people. Always, because you see, a fresher may not be able to give you, because this is a professional course. In professional course, if you listen to a person who had got a lot of experience, that experience, it is not about completion of the syllabus. Some of the coaching centers, what do? They send one person into the academy, they ask them to, so foundation level it works here, but next level, executive level, professional level, it will not work. It will not work. Even by being a senior, company law paper I take for about 140 to 150 hours, and you will go for some classes, and that fellow will finish in 50 hours. What is most important in this? Knowledge. So how do you get the knowledge? Only if the teacher is expert. I'm not saying you should come to me only, but end of the day, yes, we provide quality coaching. I'm a gold medalist in my PG, so definitely I have that knowledge, I have that experience. I will be able to provide the best coaching when it comes to law papers and other papers also. We have a better faculty coming from Mumbai. You don't have to worry. Your focus has to be concept, your focus has to be on writing, your focus has to be reading every day, your focus has to be consistency. And at the same time, since you are in this particular course, regular happenings of business related, legal cases related, you should have some knowledge. I mean, start reading newspaper, some business magazines. You have to streamline. Now the first level is done, you have come to the second level. It is not only about the books, it is about the knowledge. Focus on the knowledge. This will make you alive in the field. Those people who ignored knowledge are suffering now in the market. I wish you all the very best for your expected CC results, which is going to be in the next 3 or 4 days. And I'm the director of BRICS Academy. So BRICS Academy provides both the modules at the CS Executive, 3 modules at CS Professional. And I myself personally take all these 5 law papers. Out of your 7 papers, 5 law papers I only take, because I always believe it is the experience that matters. We're going to start a batch from 5th December 2022. Soon after the results, please do let us know. If you are in need of our services, we have got online mode as well. Yes, I take online recorded classes, will give you. And on any particular day, if in case you could not, because of your function, etc., if you could not attend, we have an online facility. My own recorded classes I'll give you, so that you have a dual advantage. Like 3-4 days because of your social functions or because of your degree exams, if you miss the classes, those classes you missed, I will give you recorded versions, you can attend. So we will take care of you both offline, online. All the very best. Wish you all the best for your results. God bless you. Thank you so much.